And good evening, everyone, and you're listening to another episode of Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. And tonight we're going to talk to Midget Pro Wrestler MaddMexx. Let's hear what he's got to say and much more. Let's talk to MaddMexx right now. Get him on the line and see what he's up to. Good evening, MaddMexx, and how are you tonight, How you doing, my friend? How you doing tonight? Pretty good.
I can't complain. No use of it.
Yes, I know. It's been a busy night. You know, I traveled today from New Jersey Shore to Connecticut for Easter weekend at my uncle's this weekend. You know, so I get to get away from my house. You know.
Yeah.
You know, go see my uncle and my nephews and nieces, you know, my sisters. It's gonna be great, you know.
Awesome.
So anyway, let's get this rolling, huh? I heard you like hardcore and deathmatch wrestling. You are one of those guys who has done it.
Pretty much. I mean, I worked with every midget wrestling organization.
Mm-hmm.
Here in the U.S., I worked for, I don't know if you remember, back in 2010, we did a reality show on Spike TV, and it was called the Half Pint Brawler.
No shit, I remember watching that. Oh my god, that was a great series. That was awesome. Too bad they didn't quit that series. That would have been awesome if they kept that, you know?
Yeah.
You would have made a nice paycheck. You would have made a nice paycheck.
I was the one that snuck a donkey in the hotel room.
What's that?
I was the one that snuck the donkey in the hotel room.
Oh, no shit. We can curse on here, so it's all good, you know? But no shit, that's funny. That's like crazy. Like, how'd you hear about that? They were just like gonna call you up. They called you up and said, "Hey, we're gonna be doing a TV series. Would you be interested?"
Well, what it was is that we did a show. Mm-hmm. We used to be called the Bloody Midgets.
Yeah.
But the LPA said we could not use the word midget due to the fact it was like the N word.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So,
right.
Puppet, the Psycho Dwarf, he's like, well, we got to think of another name. You know, what about, think of something. Mm-hmm. You guys think of something. So I was like, well, I said, why don't we use the word that they used to call me in school? He goes, what's that? Half pint.
Yeah.
And so he's like, half pint. So what do? We can't do half pint wrestling. Mm-hmm. So, and one of the other guys was, the hell, man, they go out there, we go out there, and we just go out there and brawl each other. Yeah. In a fight, so I was like, half pint brawlers. Bam. That was it.
No kidding. So then you got linked with them, and then they said there was a TV show coming, and you're probably like, oh, this is awesome. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be on.
Well, one of the guys that is like a co-producer of Spike TV. Yeah. Well, one of his, I guess his relative or something like that, I'm not sure, but came to the show, and he called, he's seen our show, and he called, I guess, the producer, and he came down and he's like, look, hey, you guys, I produce shows with Spike TV. Mm-hmm. Would you guys think about doing a reality show? I was like, yeah.
It's like, damn.
So after that, that's what we ended up doing.
No shit. So then you stunk. You had a donkey in the. That's pretty funny. That must have been hilarious. Seeing a donkey run around.
It was.
You know.
I mean, they had us doing so many crazy shit.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I mean.
Yeah.
I ended up. They wanted me to get butt ass naked in Chicago in the middle of winter.
Oh, jeez.
And make snow angels.
Oh, man. That's like, that's like that Steve-O character from Jackass. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, Wee Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Wee Man.
Matter of fact, the Half Pint Brawlers went on with Jackass 3D, I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were in a bar fight or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were on there.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. You know what? There's a local midget. I don't know if you know him. Short Sleeve Samson.
Oh, yeah, I know Short Sleeve.
He's a great guy, man. I see him at local shows in Jersey all the time when he was around. He's a great man, you know. Great little guy. He had a match one time with Tommy Dreamer in the ring, and he did the worm. It was so funny, you know. The old Scotty Too Hardy bit, you know.
Yeah.
You ever?
I mean, like I said,
have you ever
done,
have you ever come to
done with the Half Pint Brawlers. I've wrestled with Extreme Midget Wrestling Federation.
Mm-hmm.
I've wrestled with Micro Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
I wrestled with Micro Wrestling Federation. I've also wrestled with a new group that just came out last year, which was called MWA, Midgets with Attitude.
Ooh, that sounds like the for life, you know? Like the...
Oh, yeah.
You know? No, that's so cool. I wish, I know that, I think New Jersey has it once in a while. We get it down here, you know? We have midget wrestling comes to Atlantic City, I think, once in a while. Yeah,
matter of fact, we just did a show. Last time I did a show there, it was about a year ago. Mm-hmm. And it was at they wanted us to wear luchador masks.
Yeah.
So we all wore different masks and everything, and I'm like, wow, this is different, you know? Mm-hmm. I never wore a mask before.
Right. You know? Yeah, I heard you. I've heard you faced guys bigger than you. You know, adults.
Oh, yeah. I wrestled a guy 6'11" and a half inches tall.
Wow, man, I'm 5'10". You know, I'm pretty tall.
Uh-huh.
You know, how tall are you? How tall are you? Actually?
That's like me and my former tag team partner. Mm-hmm. His name was Bashful Brad, and I think he was like 5'10".
Oh shit.
And he was bald-headed. I mean, no, he wasn't bald, but his hair.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He would spike it straight up.
Yeah.
Or else he'll do a headstand and spray his hair and iron it, and it would be sticking straight out. Mm-hmm. Cool. And, I mean... Yeah. And we were called Tag Team 187.
That sounds like the Homicide. 187.
And we were twin brothers from twin different mothers.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But you guys were probably a dominant team, you know? Kicking ass.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we claimed we came from the west side of South Central East L.A.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, I mean, we held the world title belt. And, I mean, I've held the world midget title belt. I've held the world cruiserweight belt. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good for, making goals for yourself. Mm-hmm. Setting the goals that you wanted, your things to do, achieve that belt. Oh, yeah.
But you're trying to get back into it now, aren't you? It's hard, I know. Trying to find,
Man, I've been doing this for 26 years.
Yeah, 26 years. How old are you now?
I'm 52.
No, I'm 41. I'm catching up to you.
I've got a kid. I've got a child that's just a little bit younger than you.
Well, I don't have any kids. The last time I checked, I don't think I did. So, no, I'm single, so thank God, you know.
Count your blessings.
Yes, sir. But I got my nieces and nephews that I love to death, you know. They're the greatest kids in the world. They're all into sports, and my one nephew's he's into MMA fighting. He's kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. It's really awesome, you know, and he's really,
cool.
You know, we're proud of him because he's gone to second place, made it second place, and, you know, it was one of those days where I wish I was going to go and see him. He's doing it again, but I'm not going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
But, you know, my little niece, she's a little cook. She likes to be a cook, so she's going to do a summer cook class, you know. It's really some
cool.
I know, and my little nephew likes to do soccer, and, you know, they like to do all the sports outdoors. They're just little, you know, they love it, you know.
I got two great nieces.
Yeah.
And they're black belts in martial arts.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome.
And when they were like 3 or 4 years old, their dad, I went to their house, and their dad turned around and told them, go get your toys. Go show your toys that your Uncle Taco wants to see them.
Yeah.
So they come running back. They had John Cena action figures. They had Undertaker. I mean, they had wrestling action figures. They weren't Barbie dolls or nothing.
Yeah.
So these girls come out, and then when they started preschool, I mean, they had to calm down because they were always fighting with each other.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, they were, I'm talking,
biting,
holding each other down and pounding the fist into their face.
We know how it is.
Their dad had to calm them down so many times, it was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So they did good, you know? They're good. You'd be glad to be blessed by them, you know? They're great kids, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I was going to say, you know what? I have not taken my nephews to any wrestling ever. They don't know what my deathmatch wrestling is.
Really?
I've never tell them what the deathmatch wrestling is. They see the things in my room, but I don't tell them. You know, like the collectibles, you know, my collection. You know, but I do have the figures, and I like to play with my wrestling figures, you know. So I don't think I'll just keep that a secret to them, you know what I mean? I won't tell them that. I don't tell them I like the violence and the blood, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know. I'm sure you love barbed wire, you know?
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I have a spool of barbed wire.
That's
just waiting to start working with it.
Man, you know what? Barbed wire is like $34 for a roll, you know, at our local Tractor Supply place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we try to bring it to. Me and my friend are like builders. We like to create shit. You know, we're creative, very creative builders for like weapons. You know, and we help out. Actually, we've been helping. You know, we do ring help too. You know what I mean? Like we'll help build stuff for the next show, and really some cool stuff. You know.
Dude, you would not believe how many times I get stopped at the airports.
Yeah.
We go through there. I got a log chain with a collar. I got a staple gun. I got a cheese grater.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's going through this, you know, scan, and they're seeing all this, and they're like, bag check. I'm like, yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, I know. It's like when the guys, you know, we have these wrestlers that just went to DDTU, you know, in Mexico. From GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, really phenomenal. You know, G-Raver, this guy G-Raver has a mask, you know, like a horror mask, and it's awesome. He got it through security, you know. It's awesome. You know. But yeah, horror. You know, blood is. You know, I'm sure you noticed that the ultra violence is over on my side of the world now. You know, my East Coast is the thirsty for the blood. You know, we have it.
Oh yeah.
You know,
they had ECW back there.
Yeah, I know. Back in the heyday, you know.
I used to watch that religiously.
Yeah, I think I like telling a story. 18 years old, right? I worked in a dollar store.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what ECW really was, you know. And this guy walks in, and somebody says, "Hey, he's a wrestler. That's Balls Mahoney from ECW." I'm like, no shit. You know, so I got an autograph, and then I became friends with him. So after that, you know, it was like so cool hanging out with him and become friends with him. And then Chris Candido, of course, rest his soul, you know. But yeah, isn't that cool? Like, you never know who you'll meet. And like Public Enemy, there was a big and tall clothing line store.
Yeah.
And my friend used to work over there, and Public Enemy, the tag team, would go get their clothes there.
Really?
Yeah. Just come down to the shore and, you know, go back to Philadelphia and tear the house down, you know, or Asbury Park, you know.
Cool.
You know, don't forget the Dudley boys. They used to be bouncers. Bubba Ray Dudley was a bouncer in Asbury Park at one time at a bar. You know, he still welcomes back every time. You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think they just opened up like a lucha restaurant. You know, like a taco joint. I gotta go check it out. You know.
Cool.
Yeah, but there's plenty of wrestling. You know, we have a lot of independent wrestling. You know, we got tons.
Well, do me a favor. If they ever look for or toss the idea about hardcore midgets, and let me know.
Oh, hey, I'll talk to I'll bring you out. My friend runs a local federation, and we try to bring the hardcore in, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll talk to him. Maybe he could go against a full-size guy, or I can say, hey, let me slip in the ring for one match, you know?
I mean, I have so much fun, you know, because with the group that I was with, Midgets with Attitude, I haven't seen this promoter in about, about 3 years, babe? And he, you know, one of my friends, which is an indie wrestler, Jagger Lane, he told me, he goes, hey, you know, Harley's coming out to Utah, man. Yeah. And I was going to go see him. Yeah, like, if you see him, give him my number. Tell him I've been trying to get in touch with him. Well, next thing I know, I get a call the next day. Yeah. And Harley's like, when did you get out? I said, not too long ago. He goes, well, you interested in working? I'm like, sure. Yeah. He goes, all right, dude. He goes, I'll get you a plane ticket, and I'll fly you in. I'm like, all right. Well, I go to Dallas Fort Worth, I believe it was. And I go and do my first match. Right. And the promoter, Harley Anderson, he came back in the back. He goes, where's MaddMexx? I said, what the hell are you talking about? I'm right here. He goes, no, I'm talking the old crazy-ass MaddMexx, you know, barking and biting the ropes and, you know, going nuts. Oh, you want old school? He goes, yeah, all right. So the next match, I get in there and I start going crazy and all. Yeah. Next thing I know, I get a beer stein slammed upside my head, busts me open. Yeah. We go in the back. Harley comes back in the back again. Dude, you can't do that shit. I'm like, you wanted old school. You wanted the old school MaddMexx. Yeah. Man, you can't bleed like that, man. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that's cool. And the guy that did it goes, you all right? I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm rubbing the top of my head, you know, just pulling my hair back. And I felt, hey. He goes, yeah. I said, too tall. He goes, what's up? I said, dude, you put this on, you slam this in my head, you get this piece of chunk out of my head. Yeah. And he goes, for real? Yeah. And it was about the size of a quarter. Right. That was sticking out of my head of a beer stein. Oh, jeez. A blast that was in my head. And Harley's like, dude, you got to need stitches. I'm like, bullshit. I said, I got crazy glue in my bag. Yeah. So we just cleaned off where it was at. Yeah. Cleaned, you know, and poured a little bit of crazy glue, and then I flipped my skin over the top and sealed it. They held it for a few seconds. Like, good? He goes, yeah. I said, let's go, third match. Yeah.
You're on.
And Hardy looks at me and goes, "You're crazy, man."
Shit, I'm going to keep on rolling. I'm going to keep on going. You know?
Yeah.
You got to keep on going. Some wrestlers just don't want to stop when they get, injured big time, with gashes and stuff.
Oh, dude, I got busted open with a beer bottle, and they cut me open, and when it did, it cut a main artery in my skull.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And, yeah, I just started bleeding like crazy.
Crimson Mask.
Crimson Mask. The referee's like, "Oh, fuck, he's hurt.
Yeah,
he's hurt, dude. He's hurt. He's hurt bad.
He's got that Crimson Mask going."
Yeah, I mean, I was slipping and sliding from the blood I lost.
Right. But you're like, "Oh, let me get over this shit." And the next day, you're probably look in the mirror the next day,
Yeah, the guy I was wrestling, Puppet's like, "Let's take it home." I'm like, "No, it's too early, dude. Too early." So we ended up doing I think we wrestled another 40 minutes after that. So it's about a 45-minute match.
Yeah. Because
he busted the beer bottle over my head, probably about 5 minutes into our match.
So he had to come. I mean, I'm sure you got revenge on him big time,
Oh, no, man. I mean, it shit happens.
I know it does.
Everybody's like, "Oh, my God, are you all right?" Like, yeah, keep on.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell them all the time. I said, if I'm going to bitch or complain to you about the way you punch or the way you kick me or something like that, I don't need to be in this business.
No. Yeah. You're out for yourself. You're out for one thing and to kick ass,
People hate me when I come out. But after the matches are done and over and I come back out dressed in my regular clothes and all, they're like, "Mex, come here. Come here." I'm like, "Yeah.
Let me get an autograph.
Dude,
let me get a picture.
Let me buy you a beer."
Yes. Yeah. I owe you a beer for that. So nice when people. I always give my guys beer. I always give guys beer after a show. They love it, Whenever we have a show, they're all.
See, that's the thing. After our shows, we just don't pack up and hold our hand out for our pay. And leave. We go out there and hang out with the crowd because if it wasn't for them,
I know
coming out. We wouldn't be doing this.
No, that's why we enjoy what you do, That's why we,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen so many guys get injured in the business, and they keep on going. These guys just keep on going,
When I debuted, I came off the top rope. I did a backflip, and I cracked my ribs.
Oh, jeez. Ooh, man. Ribs are not a fun thing to, that was...
No, because you can't do nothing. You can't go in there and, put, a bar in there, or you can't put a brace on you.
I know.
To hold it in or nothing. You just got to let them heal naturally.
Or you got to be like Hulk Hogan and have to wrap the bandage and just keep trying to go, with the leg drop.
Yeah, I mean, he is 64, going on 65 years old. And,
I know.
He just tries and keeps on, and, his family... And tells him, Brooke, "Dad, no."
I know. It's like Ric Flair, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, I was talking with Rob Nelson, your buddy, right? And he was telling me, he was telling me a story about you and Andre the Giant. I thought that was awesome from the last podcast.
Oh, dude, that scared the living hell out of me because I was looking, my eyes were just above his kneecap at the time.
Holy shit. It's like, imagine.
And I'm standing there and I'm looking with my head straight up, about damn near fell over.
Yeah.
And I touched the lower part of his hamstring and I tapped him. He looked down and said, Can I have your autograph, sir? All right. And I'm here with a piece of paper and pen, and I'm literally shaking.
I'm sure, because he's like...
I was like, oh, my God, this guy could eat me like an appetizer.
Yeah.
But I met Andre. I met Handsome Harley Race. I met Ric Flair. This is before I even became a pro.
Yeah.
This is when I was 5 or so.
And then he was telling me about Tonga Kid. I grew up watching the Tonga Kid.
Oh yeah.
Tonga Kid.
I watched wrestling since 1975.
Yeah.
75, 76.
Yeah. So long. It's so
old school wrestling.
Yes.
Old school.
Yes, little Tonga Kid, little Bobo, Brazil, or whoever, little Bobo, whatever his name was. There's so many guys, little Strongbows, and there was so many, everybody, a lot of midget wrestlers back then were great, you know what I mean? Those guys put on...
Yeah, I was honored and privileged to be trained by Little Tokyo.
Oh, no, okay, Little Tokyo, I remember him.
Yeah, and I started out in St. Joseph, Missouri back in late 90s. Mm-hmm. I think it was early 90s. I think it was somewhere about 90, 91 maybe.
Yeah.
And I was trying out for a group called the Midland Empire Pro Wrestling out of St. Joseph, Missouri. And the owner and everything, the trainer was so big. Mm-hmm. We really couldn't do any moves.
No.
And his were big as well. Nashville Brad and Bloodlust.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't do the moves correctly because of the size difference. Mm-hmm. Well, the promoter was at a gas station, I believe it was, and he ran into Little Tokyo.
Oh, jeez.
And he told Tokyo, he goes, hey, I got a little guy that I think has got what it takes.
Yeah.
Would you look at? So he brought him over to me at the gym. I did my thing and all, showed him what I could do, and Tokyo looked at the promoter and says, how long he'd been wrestling.
Yeah.
How many years? And the promoter, Steve Estes, turned around and told him, he goes, he's training right now.
Yeah.
Not experienced? No, I'm just showing him the basics. He goes, he'd make it. He will make it.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
So,
yeah.
With Little Tokyo, I worked with wrestlers from pay-per-view off TNA, which was Buffett the Psycho Dwarf, the Meatball.
I remember that guy, yeah. He was the character.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, not Memphis. Hollywood.
Yeah.
And Tio, Totally Outstanding.
Mm-hmm. Always like those hot little girl ones.
I got to work with Joe Kidd.
Yeah. That was the popular. He was a bad.
Yeah, he wrestled for the WWF. Mm-hmm. I wrestled little Kato.
Yeah.
When he first started out, he was the Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. Oh,
I seen him on AWA, American Wrestling Association, with Vern Gagne. Mm-hmm. I seen him come out, and I seen the way he wore his hair and everything.
Right.
I started cutting my hair like that, and ever since then, I've kept it like that for 52 years now.
Yeah. I know. Now these guys have all the mohawks and colors and this and that,
Yeah.
Styles have changed, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean,
exactly.
I never forget the time. I think it was WWE had a King Kong Bundy a guy running in the ring. You remember that? Like back in the day, there's a wrestler that looked like exactly like him. Bundy, Mitty Bundy.
Yeah.
There were so many.
Well, do you remember when the WWE had that mini division and did that mini battle royal?
Yes.
Well, the mini Batista.
Yeah.
I've wrestled him.
Oh, no shit.
I've known him for years. He's been in an independent group. He's known as Little Nasty Boy.
No shit. That's pretty awesome. Like that guy. Yeah, he made a name for himself. You know, after that. You know what I mean? Remember all those little takers, and they did a lot of stuff. It was funny. You know, they did a lot of.
Yep.
They've done a lot, but I always got sick of the Donkey the Clown ones, though. You know, that was kind of like a little bit. Okay, this is enough of the Donkey the Clown thing. You know, little Dunk.
Right.
That was like a crazy. You know, then that guy died. The real one. You know. But
so let me ask you this: How long have you been doing your podcast?
I have been doing this since 2014.
Really?
Yes, sir. I've had a lot of deathmatch wrestlers on. I've had some legends, you know, in the business, like Tank. Tank is a legend from Carnage Cup, and I've actually had John Rare is another guy. He was a legend in, you know, deathmatch wrestling, and I've had a lot of guys, up and comers, you know, youngest guys. Even my friend, who's a wrestler, he's just starting out again, you know. So he's making his ways. He's in a big tournament.
Paying his dues.
What's that?
Paying their dues.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You know, it's fun to, you know, get them on my show and help promote them. You know, get them up there. You know. Because you don't know where they'll be. You don't know where they be. Because my friends have made it TV and super. You know, a lot of these guys make TV. You know what I mean? They get a quick spot on TV. You never know. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
I had a wrestler. His name is Aaron Williams from Rockstar Pro Wrestling. And he was a medic. He played a medic on the WWE pay-per-view versus Kevin Steen was wrestling in a cage match. He was playing a paramedic at the time. I thought that was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, he just got in there just the right time for an event, you know?
Yep.
But, yeah, there's a lot of guys that are, I'm still getting, I want to get, like, real legends on. Like, you know, I'm going to work, you know, I want to try to get, like, Eric Bischoff. But that's hard to get a hold of, you know, people like that. I want to get somebody really good, you know. I want to try to get Kevin Sullivan, you know. I'm going to work on people like that, you know. Shane Douglas, you know. Tommy Dreamer is contracted, so he'll never do a podcast. You know what I mean? These guys try to cut the systems, you know. Try to make money off their own product, you know.
Yep.
I do it for free, you know. And I used to even have T-shirts. I'm going to hook you up with one of my T-shirts, so as a guest on my show.
Cool.
You know. But yeah, what do you? So let me see. I want to see. I'm just a random person. You know, I don't have anything in front of me. You know what I mean? I just throw random questions out. You know. Right off the top of the head. But I'm going to say, all right. So what was your favorite hardcore match? Or your opponent? Who was your favorite match ever against?
Oh, that would have to be me, and it would have to be in Florida. Mm-hmm. It was a steel cage.
Right.
With weapons hanging from above. Mm-hmm. Fatal 4-way midget match.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And we just went crazy. Mm-hmm. We went out there and we gave it our all.
Mm-hmm. Was it a full-size cage, or this? was it scaled down a little bit?
Oh no,
it was a full size.
We had pool sticks, we had chairs, we had tables, we had cheese graters, we had staple guns.
Yeah, staple guns are the
everything stick hanging up above us. and
right.
we climbed the ropes and then up on the cage, and we got them down, and we started using them on each other.
Was it a full-size cage, or was it like...
oh, yeah. It was a full-size ring.
No shit. That's awesome. So you really had to watch yourself, you know? You had to really take those steps, climbing up those, you know, up to the cage.
Yeah, really.
I know. Because you could really damage yourself, you know?
Exactly. I think matter of fact, I think the finish was Puppet the Psycho Dwarf.
Yeah.
On the table.
Yeah.
And Tio, totally outstanding, was on the very top of the steel cage, and he did a swanton bomb right on top of Pup.
Just like the old like the old snooker, almost, you know? Like the original snooker move. You know, I'll never forget that day, right? That's an old one. Remember that? Snooker versus Don Morocco, you know? The legendary. Mm-hmm. I love that stuff, man. I met Snooker so many times. He's a great guy. Don Morocco, I met him. He's a great guy, you know? I love people like that.
It's so weird because you see these guys when they're like, oh, the heck with you, and, you know, trying to slap you and pointing their finger at you. I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And then when you meet them, how you doing, young man? You know, shaking your hand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Big Daddy V's Viscera.
Yes. Yeah,
I mean, before he passed away, I did shows with him in Missouri, and afterwards he goes, you know, we went out to Waffle House, and had dinner or had our late dinner that night.
Yeah, gotta love the Waffle House.
He put some food away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. I remember he came into my college, actually, one year for a show. He was on a show. He came to the local college, and he was wrestling somebody. I think, who the hell was there? Oh, shit, man. Lenny Poppy was there, I think. Lenny Poppy, you know. Leno Poppy.
Oh, Lenny Popo?
Coco Beware, you know, the Birdman. Birdman, you know. Yeah. Tony.
Do you realize that Dory Funk Jr.
Yes.
is in his 70s and he's still wrestling to this day in Japan?
I know. I've met him. I've seen him. He's really it's like I went to a convention. I met him and Terry at the same time. It was great. They did a convention wrestling show, and they were on it. It was so great, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, I met Jim Cornette. You know, I asked him about Starcade when he fell off the scaffolding, you know. I was like, hey, what was it like to fall? He was scared to fall down, you know. And Dusty Rhodes is laughing his ass off because he was right next to me, you know, Dusty. You know, I love, talking stories like wrestling, back in the day. You know, my first hardcore match was Mick Foley versus Eddie Gilbert in a hardcore match at a local high school. They used the trash can up in the bleachers. Oh, it was great, you know?
Yeah. One more match I wish to God I could have seen, which was in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Funk versus Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
An exploding ring.
Mm-hmm. I had just this past, not this, last summer, we just had a wrestler. His name is Matt Tremont, and he faced Onita from Japan over in Japan in an exploding ring match. It was awesome. He got to go over there to Japan, and he.
I got it by a good friend of mine. His name's Mickey Muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrestles with us over here in our local independent shows with his World Wrestling Federation Alliance, WWE, here in Central City, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'll see you guys later on. You know, I'll see you next month. We're like, well, you're not coming back? Dude, I'm going to Mexico.
Right.
What? He goes, yeah. And he ended up going, and he ended up taking a friend of his, Myron Reed, and they're a tag team known as the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting the belts. They ended up winning the AAA belts.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That name sounds familiar.
So, I mean, it was awesome. It was, like I told him, I said, man, you guys are learning from the best. You go to Mexico. If you can handle dealing with Mexican wrestlers, if you can keep up with them, then you're good.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't done one of those. Have you ever thought about trying out for the IWA tryouts they've been doing? Mid-South?
No, I didn't. Matter of fact, I never heard anything about that.
No shit, really? They're doing...
Really?
Yeah, they have a tryout pretty soon. I'll forward you the information. You might want to jump on that. I might I'll talk to Ian, and I'll see what I can do for you. I'll spread the name.
Oh, Ian?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a buddy of mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me and him go way back.
Oh, man, you should tell him you should hit him up. He would love to probably have you on that show. Just go out there.
Matter of fact, I did Prince of the Death matches with him, for him in Memphis, Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no shit. Cool.
I think it was started at the end of last year.
Yeah. Yeah. I just came. I was just down to IWA for the King of the. It was I was just at the Guardians of Hardcore just recently. They had a show they did, and a hell of a show with Brad Cash and a whole bunch of other cool guys. You know.
There's a guy that's a up and comer.
Yeah.
His name is Midget.
Yeah.
And he impressed. You know, I seen him train with us and everything, and then I seen him go to IWA.
Yeah.
And did that. Matter of fact, he was in the Prince death matches with me.
Yeah.
And I watched him. Oh my God, man, he was just phenomenal.
Yeah, these guys, I know, these guys are nuts, aren't they? They're just crazy. They tear their bodies up for it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's times where they have to bring out the stitching kit, you know?
Yeah.
Start stitching, you know, the guy up in the back on his back or by his eye or, you know, whatever. Heck, I always use crazy glue, you know?
Yeah.
I mostly use...
You know what I had at my house for a local show? I had homeless Jimmy sleep on my couch. How about that? The homeless Jimmy from XPW. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, he came to my house. It was great. We had a great time when he came down for a show, you know. He was telling stories left and right. It was great to have him. I promised him this summer I'm gonna make a trip out and see him, hang out and go to see him. Just hang out. He's a great character, a great guy, you know.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. He's still doing his thing, you know. He's winning those cups.
Well,
you know, he wins those trophies.
That's all we know what to do now, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if we don't keep doing it, our body starts feeling it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, the last tour I did was with Midget with Attitude.
Mm-hmm.
50 shows.
That's a lot. Wow. Like day, yeah.
10-week period.
Yeah. What time would the shows go on? What time would the start time? I know they never started on time. You know, like every single.
I was gonna say you never heard of any wrestling organization starting on time.
Yeah.
But I think we started about 10. If the doors open at 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be on at 9.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the crew don't come in until later. So
I know.
We went on at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sometimes the latest we went on to do a wrestling show was midnight.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty, you know. Yeah, it's always like, I hope these doors open up soon. Come on, we want to watch wrestling, you know?
Exactly. But, you know, people that get there early, that's cool. But if they're there already, you know, and there's not a big enough crowd, you know, we won't go on. No. Even the owner that bought the show says, no, you guys just go ahead and wait.
Yeah, wait.
Until the crowd comes in.
Yeah, and then you go to the concession stand and the hot dogs are cold, you know? You're like, really?
Exactly.
You know? You're like, come on, really?
Exactly.
You know?
Either that or it's always one of us gets the hot dog's been sitting there all day.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'll never forget. I'll tell you what. God rest his soul. I went to an indie show and I was hanging out by the concession stand, and I actually bought Captain Lou Albano a hot dog. I was like, this is awesome. I got to.
Really?
Yes, Captain Lou. You know.
That's cool.
I know, right? He was in his glory with the Patriot. You know, it was great. It was great. I love I just like stories that'll pop your head. You know, like you think back and like holy shit, you met this guy. Hell, I've been I've met so many guys in the careers. You know, I met Harley race. I got to see Harley race. You know, Bruce Brody inside a steel cage. How about that? At my local ice rink. You know, versus Chief J Strongbow. You know.
And I remember watching High Chief Peter Maravilla.
Yes.
And golly, that man could take a beating. Mm-hmm. That man was tougher than shoe leather and a $2 steak put together. Mm-hmm.
I also heard that Robin was telling me Evan Bourne or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
Matter of fact, at the time, I believe he wrestled. His name was Matt Matters.
Yes.
At the time, out of St. Louis, it was called Gateway Championship Wrestling. Mm-hmm. And they found this guy at the time. He was a kid.
Yeah.
They found this kid doing backyard wrestling shows.
Yeah.
And one of the wrestlers went to check it out, and he seen him. He's like, man, this guy's got potential. Mm-hmm. So he talked to him and gave him the card, and he's like, hey, we got a group, an organization that looking for new talent. We'd love to have you. So he went with them and started working with them, and his finisher was a running shooting star press. Mm-hmm. And when he told us that, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And the guy's name was Makazi, Blended Destruction. Mm-hmm. Was his wrestling name, and he told me, he goes, that's what he goes, his finisher is. I'm like, that's gotta be, I've gotta see that myself. That's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude could break his neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I met him. I said, so, Matt, if you don't mind me asking, how on earth did you learn how to do this running shooting star press? Mm-hmm. And he just turned around and smiled at me and goes, I learned it by accident. I went, how in the hell do you learn a move by accident?
Right.
And he said he was doing this one move, and he was running the ropes off this one guy, and his foot hit a wet spot and slipped. And he said he just went up and over and landed on the guy, and the crowd just went nuts. He goes, so I started doing it after that. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then he became big on TV, you know?
Yeah.
So you talking about backyard wrestling? Let's there's we don't even hear that word no more. Really, you notice that? Really don't hear that in news these days. Really, you know? God, man, whatever happened to that? You know, that was like the first.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, guys. I mean, during this group, they claimed to be the WWA World Wrestling Alliance here in Central City.
Yeah.
And they were doing backyard shows every Saturday.
Yeah.
And, I went to check them out, and I'm like, damn, these guys are really good.
Yeah.
So I went to check them out, and I talked to them, and they're like, man, so we know who you are. We've seen you on TV, on Spike TV. We love to pick your brain. Let's talk. Like,
yeah.
It's a shame. Like, what's a shame? Our wrestling? I said, it's a shame that you guys haven't gone legit yet.
Yeah.
And actually had people pay.
Yeah.
To watch you guys do this.
Yeah.
Do what you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
At an armory or, something.
Yeah, or in a barn or,
Yeah, I mean, and at this time, they were doing, they called it, in July, it was called the Independence Day show that they did. Well, everybody knew it was their WrestleMania
jeez.
show.
Yeah.
So my wife and I went down there and was watching and everything. Mm-hmm. And they had, my wife was counting after, I think it was 250 or 275.
Yeah.
She lost count. She quit counting after that.
Yeah.
And we found out there was people parking their cars 5 blocks away.
Oh, jeez.
To see the show.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm sure the cops would come in and, run shit,
Oh, I mean, the cops came down there and shut them down because...
Sometimes cops watch that. Sometimes you see those, you never see, the videos on YouTube. The cops are watching it. You're like, whoa. I guess they like this shit.
It's so funny because the neighbor called the cops and he goes, I don't mean to want you guys to really shut them down because they put on one hell of a show.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to get the boys in trouble. But, so, I mean, we had people directing traffic to where they could park and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
There was nobody in danger. There was no alcohol. There was no drugs. There was nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
People came to see this show for free. My son got involved with them when he was like 12 years old and started training with them.
Yeah.
And, he got with him and he goes, why don't you come and check them out? I'm like, who trained them? Well, they train themselves. Their backyard. And, every professional wrestler.
Exactly. Started out. Come on.
Yeah. You can't train yourself. You got to learn right, correctly,
I mean, that's where Jeff Hardy started. Come on,
Exactly. Well, that's where Evan Moore started. That's where Dean Ambrose started. That's where the Hardy Boys started.
Yep. Yeah. So we know that they,
All right, I'll check it out. What time do they start? Well, they start at 3 o'clock. Get there about 10:30.
Yeah.
What the hell is so damn early for, man? Well, we got there at 10:30. I got to talk to the guys, shake their hands and everything, and talk to them, and then about 11 o'clock, I seen a car come in, and they parked. They pop the trunk. They bring their cooler out. They get their lawn chairs. They come out, sit where they're going to sit the cooler between them, and started, just sitting there waiting for the show to start. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what the heck? And then there's a shitload of people that started rolling in later by later, Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it was unreal, and
you had these kids.
They actually had good crowds.
Yeah, they had the bats. They had the bats.
In December of 2010, at the National Guard Armory, when they finally got legit.
Yeah,
was their first show, and at the Armory there was a capacity of 300.
Yeah.
Well, there was like 575 people there, I believe.
Holy shit! Can you imagine?
And the fire marshal come down there and like, hey, this is a no. But if nobody's in trouble and there's a big old garage door wide open where everybody can escape if anything happens. And I love wrestling, so I'm going to let this,
slide.
I don't really see any harm of anybody getting in any danger or nothing, so I'm just going to let it go. But after this, no more.
Yeah.
So, did the show, and oh my gosh, we had a great turnout.
Yeah. You're probably like, oh, could I get in the ring, You're probably like, could I get in there? I'm sure they asked you,
Oh, they asked me, they're like, we got to have you on this show, the first legit show. Mm. All right. And the guy I worked, it was a last minute. I mean, literally last minute deal because the guy that I was supposed to wrestle didn't show.
Yeah. I always hate when they don't show.
So
You know, you always have those last minute. Oh, gotta get somebody else to replace him really quick. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking like minutes.
Yeah.
Like not even 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up wrestling Jeremy, the real deal Gray.
Yeah.
And we went out there and we just gave it our all. And the promoter's booker is his brother. And he turned around and he's like, "Hey, Mex." I'm like, "Yeah. I just want to tell you I'm sorry." I said, "Sorry for what?" He goes, "We just literally threw that match at the last minute on the card. And I ain't going to lie, I thought it was going to be a really shitty match." He goes, "But you guys pulled it off." He goes, "And much respect out of both of you. You guys both did a damn good job." So,
what'd you guys have? I'm sure thumbtacks and barbed wire, right?
Oh, I've done ultimate. We called it the ultimate legal death match.
Yeah.
We had, I think it was 15,000 thumbtacks in the ring.
Oh, jeez.
We had feds of barbed wire, feds with mouse traps on them, pool sticks, cheese graters, tables, ladders,
trash cans,
chairs,
the works, crutches.
I mean, everything you could think of was in there before the match even started.
Right.
And it was a triple threat.
Yeah.
And I got power bombed. Matter of fact, I got an FU done to me on a bed of mouse traps.
Oh, jeez. Oof.
And then I got the finish. He ended up winning the match. Puppet ended up winning the match with power bombing me through a bed of barbed wire.
Yeah.
So
barbed wire, you really get mangled. I'll tell you that. You know, it's a little scary sometimes. I mean, you know,
they almost had to cut me out of it.
Yeah. Nowadays, you see it, you're like, holy shit, these guys are hanging by a thread almost. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to. I was just talking to a. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh.
I mean, it's just, you know, once you're in there and you're pumped, you just keep going.
I know. You just want to do it because the adrenaline's on. You know.
Exactly.
I was gonna say.
It's such a rush.
I was gonna say. I was talking to the 187 Homicide from TNA, right?
Yeah, Homicide.
And he did a match on TNA just a couple weeks back, or not a while back, but he got mangled in the barbed wire. Almost really, he was close. He got him. Almost got close. You know, he told me like, "Yo, Dave, like I almost fucking got gash me." You know, he's mangled on a pay-per-view or something. I was like, "This is crazy." I've seen worse though. I've seen a lot of guys like go through those.
Well, heck, that's like Sabu with that barbed wire ripped his whole bicep completely in two.
Yeah.
And he ended up during the match, he ended up getting some tape and wrapping it up and then going back in the ring and doing it.
Yeah, Sabu, man. Good old Sabu. The old EC Dub days. Man, I loved him. Good old Sabu. Sabu, you know. But now he's like still GoFundMe and this and that for his health, you know. He's trying to get by, you know. He tries to push himself. I think it's time for him just to say, "I'm done," you know. Just sign an autograph, right?
Yeah.
Well, what else we got? Man, this is really awesome. We're going long time, you know. I don't got nothing going on. Do you?
Oh man, this was like my one this week.
I know. You've been on Rob Robbins. You've been on Tyrone, Ty Asbury, great friend of mine. You know.
Yeah.
But Robbie Nelson is he's a good one. I like him. He's my buddy. Really, we're going to be. I think me and him are going to start branching our own podcast pretty soon for fun. You know, something else.
Yeah.
Mix it up. You know.
Oh yeah.
I was just telling him there's a show coming to Chicago. He needs to go. You know, because I'm going to be heading out to Chicago in May for a road trip with my buddies. 5 of us are hitting the road to Chicago for a double-header night wrestling show, you know?
Cool.
I know. And it's like there's a company that I never...
I know the thing is, these people think, oh man, you're a wrestler, you must be able to get any woman you want. You guys eat, steak and lobster and travel on limos and... No, bro, just like, what wrestling organization is this? WWE, they still don't even do that shit.
No.
But I tell them, that shit, I've for 10 years, 8 to 10 years in my career, I've had to break the ring down, put it on the trailer, take it to the venue that we're doing the show, put it up, put the ring back together.
Yeah.
Do the show. After the show, after everybody leaves, we go up there, we break the ring down, put it back on the trailer, take it back to our gym, and put it back up. So when we got there, we just went straight on to training. Yeah. The next morning.
I've helped put it. I've lifted up the ring, and I've lifted up the bars for the ring. Man, they are heavy. I've tried it like once or twice, Those are heavy. Those beams are...
I mean, like trampoline. It's a trampoline.
Yeah.
The ring's a trampoline.
Yep.
I don't know who in the hell's ring you're working on, but...
Yeah.
I'd stay with that instead of what I'm working on.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays, it's like... Whew. Imagine taking down that ring in Japan... That's a big size ring,
Yeah.
That's like 20.
Okay, we're Midget, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're doing a show in Michigan, and they go, well, we're going to use this up, we were going to use our ring, but they wanted to use this one. I'm like, well, what size is your ring? 24 by 24. I'm like, damn, that'd be like running a marathon from, running the ropes.
Yeah.
The hell, I'd die of exhaustion.
Yeah. Right.
But, yeah, I mean, after, so many years of doing it, tearing down the ring, putting it on the trailer, putting it back up with the show and breaking it back down and then taking it back to the gym and putting it back up for the next day. My pay?
Yeah.
A hot dog, a bag of chips, and a Pepsi.
There you go. I was going to say the old soda. Yeah.
And a bonus.
Yeah, your bonus.
Bag of popcorn.
There you go. Or a caramel apple.
And a pat on the back, saying, good job.
Yeah, good job. Done. It's like going to...
There was times where I even had to siphon gas out of one person's car just so I could make sure I had enough gas to get back home.
No shit.
And everybody's like, oh, man, you're a wrestler. It must be exciting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love getting thrown around and getting paid with food.
Oh, yeah.
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 But that's called paying your dues, brother.
Yeah, I know. Pay your dues, you get, but then you get the real deal,
I mean, don't get me wrong. There is good talent out there.
There is.
Right now, they're young. And everything.
And they're starving.
Damn good talent.
They're starving.
I'm not dogging them.
Yeah.
The people I'm dogging are these new talents that are coming in here. So when do I get a title shot?
Yeah.
On their first day of training.
Yeah. Sign it right now. They're done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm a wrestler. I know it's fake.
But
those are forbidden words.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, I'm like, really? It's fake? They're like, yeah. So I kick them hard as I can in the nuts, and they drop down. I look at them. Was that fake?
Yeah.
Let me grab a chair. I'll hit them upside the head, and they're laid out.
Did you see what the rules were for WrestleMania this year? Did you see like there was something online about they cannot use chairs, they cannot do a lot of moves for WrestleMania?
Really? Well, I know.
Yes.
Evan Bourne, when he was in WWE,
yeah,
he had to show them the shooting star press, I think, 10 times before they would allow him to use it.
Yeah. They
And Charlotte Flair, when she was in NXT, she was wanting to do a moonsault off the top rope, and they told her no, it was too dangerous.
Yeah. There's a lot of companies that are going to be down there for WrestleMania, you know, because they're doing a lot of independent shows. And the one company is my company is called Game Changer Wrestling. You know, GCW. They're doing a show, and they're supposed to bring a little violence with them. But I don't know, man. They might just have to use doors and, you know, something to improvise. Yeah. They did it the last time. They killed it. Sell-out show this year, you know.
That's like what... me and Puppet and Little Nasty Boy.
Yeah.
We ended up wrestling in Spokane, Washington, and we had to do a physical. We had to do blood tests. We had to pay for our license and everything. And we get there, and we're like, okay, you know. Well, the commissioner shows up. He goes, what are those chairs for? What's that pool stick? What's that What's that cheese grater?
What's that kendo stick, you know?
What's that chain for? Like, well, you know, it's called hardcore midget wrestling. Oh, we don't do hardcore.
Yeah.
On this day.
Yeah.
Well, then what the hell do you know? We're not, you know. Well, you can't cuss. You can't bleed. You can't use weapons. Like, then what the hell are we here for?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, that's like here in Kentucky. It's a no bleed state.
Yeah, I know that. I heard about that. Like, that's ridiculous.
And when they did that pay-per-view with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, when they both got busted open and bleeding from the beginning to the end, I mean, both of them crimson mask. Afterwards, I think one of the commissioners said that they ended up having to take Shawn Michaels and Triple H to court. And I think they found a $10,000 fine each for bleeding as bad as they did. They ended up using the hard way, so to speak. And like I said, it was just crazy.
Yeah, just think Triple H is going to be taking it on versus Kurt Angle, you know, WrestleMania, you know? What do you think of that, huh? That's going to be...
I think it's going to... I just can't wait to see that match.
Yeah, I told my dad, like, you're going to have to watch this. He loves Triple H. My dad likes watching some pay-per-views, you know? He doesn't get into it big time, but I'll drag him out, you know, to a local show once in a while. He loves it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like it's a good, you know, since you know, Nakamura, you know, Sensei Nakamura, you know, Charlotte Flair. Look at that. Look at all these.
I think it's about time they actually had the girls actually doing shit. I mean, because back then in old school ways, women wrestled, they beat the shit out of each other. Now the women are just more or less eye candy.
Yeah.
But they are talented, and now they're finally seeing that these women can do exactly what the men do.
Yeah, but then then it's a shame when they let the people go who do stupid stuff, you know, on this, you know, it's like, really? Come on. It's like, you see it on the internet.
Yeah, that's like...
It's like
with
Bailey.
Paul London.
And Bailey, you know, the indie wrestler Bailey, you know. The female wrestler.
That's like with Paul London.
Yeah.
When Vince McMahon was walking down and getting ready to leave, he was smiling.
Yeah.
They let him go because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so crazy. Like WWE's. I remember. You know what? I was at WrestleMania 5 when I was a kid, and I was happy. You know. Look at it now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know. I still got my bandana. I think so. Somewhere in my collection. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. All right, MaddMexx. You want to call it a night? I'm ready to call it a night. I'm getting a little tired.
Well, man, I do appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. And you definitely, I'll send you, or you should hit up, you should ask Ian when that show is, you know?
Yeah, if you can, send me on Messenger. Send me the
link and
the thing to it and everything. And our interview if possible.
Yes, this is going live right now, so I have that on the live audio. It's then I'll shoot it off, you know, and send it out after. I just have to edit the name again, you know, just edit all of because I hit play, you know, record. But yeah, I appreciate having you on, man. Let's talk again sometime, huh? Come back on. You're more than welcome.
Anytime.
Anytime. You know, kill some time.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. You have a good night.
You too, sir.
All right.
Take care. God bless.
Yep. Hey, where can people find you? I want to thank my guest tonight, fans. Midget pro wrestler MaddMexx. He's done it all. He's won titles. He's brawled. He's hardcore. He's gone to places like we've never believed. And he's been on Spike TV. I'm going to have to pull up that YouTube and post that. And you'll see him on it from the Pint Brawling Midgets. And stay tuned. Well, actually, his plug will be, I'll plug his Facebook on social media, on the website, on the podcast app. After, you could always stay tuned. You could hear me on Tuesday night with the owner of the executive pro wrestling owner of Warriors 4 Wrestling. Christopher Holt will be on the line, and we're going to be talking about Warriors of Wrestling, and we're going to talk about his son diagnosed with cancer, and for a good cause. House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore is coming to Cincinnati, Ohio, I believe, Cincinnati, and it's going to be a great night for them. And also stay tuned on Wednesday night. I'm going to have from all the way from IWA Mid-South, Chad French. Chad's an idiot. He's a writer. He's a fan of wrestling. Stay tuned. We're going to have him on the line on Wednesday night. Thank you for listening, and you can always catch all your Deathmatch Russell podcast, as always, on Facebook at David C. Russell, and on Twitter at DJ Dave NJ32, and on my website, deathmatchrussellpodcast.com, on the web, for all your highlight reels, promos, past, current interviews, and much more. Thank you for listening, fans, and have a great night.
Así no te milis, cuando siente que no es la